It's a Tuesday. It's February 17th. I'm Megan McKinney. This is Here First from IPR. A hearing in the state legislature yesterday on a bill that would have banned abortions in Iowa was canceled. 24 Republicans in the Iowa House co-sponsored the bill that would have made it a crime for Iowa doctors to perform abortions. Republican Representative John Dunwell, a pastor from Newton, was the bill's lead sponsor. He says he's disappointed, but he says the reality is that there was not enough 51 votes from Republicans to pass the bill in the House.
You're always trying to figure out where you're going to allocate your resources, where you can actually get something done. And so just kind of in a calculation, looking at everything that's going on, kind of figured, okay, let's put all of our eggs in the basket with the black market abortion pill. I think we can get I know we can get that across the line.
That bill would make it illegal for out-of-state doctors to send abortion medication to Iowans through the mail. If the bill becomes law, people seeking medication-induced abortions would have to have an in-person visit with a doctor, and doctors who dispense abortion pills outside of a healthcare setting could be sued. A bill that would regulate state and local governments' use of automated license plate readers has passed a House subcommittee. IPR's James Kelly reports lawmakers say they want to balance law enforcement's use of technology with individual privacy.
The bill would require local authorities to pass ordinances authorizing ALPR use. It also restricts officers from being able to access data from the readers after 24 hours without a warrant and requires them to track their use in a records log. Republican Representative David Young of Van Meter, who is sponsoring the bill, noted two main goals.
We wanted to ensure that law enforcement has the tools that they need to do their job to keep our communities and families safe. At the same time, put some guardrails to protect our privacy in what we are seeing more and more as just a surveillance society.
The American Civil Liberties Union of Iowa supports the bill and has raised concerns about where license plate reader data is stored and how it's used. I'm James Kelly, IPR News.
House Republicans are advancing a 2.25% funding increase for K-12 schools. That's more than the Senate GOP and the governor's proposals. But public school advocates and Democrats say none of those proposals are enough to keep up with rising costs. Kimberly Stone is a parent of two public school students in Des Moines. She's asking lawmakers to put more funding into education. Stone says programs like art and music help children find a sense of belonging and develop important skills.
Yet, when funding fails to keep pace with reality, these are often the first programs that districts are forced to cut. These are the ones that we are seeing cut in our community, not because they lack value, but because the districts are faced with an impossible task.
Republican Representative Dan Gelbach says the proposed increase of $180 per student is responsible and sustainable. Even though a federal program to help school districts buy electric school buses is on hold, one of Iowa's largest districts is rolling out EV buses this week. IPR's Sheila Bremer reports.
As Doug Stewart, who oversees the Sioux City Bus Department, drives one of the district's new electric buses, he says the first thing you notice, the quiet ride.
Don't have the diesel motor or gasoline motor or propane motor noise.
Sioux City Community Schools received almost $6 million from the EPA to pay for 15 EV buses to replace older diesel ones. That's a quarter of the fleet.
It's much cleaner for the environment. It's a much better experience for the driver, I'd say, more comfortable. I think it's going to be a much better experience for the students as well.
The Clean School Bus Program provided $2.6 billion to help schools purchase zero-emission buses. $5 billion was allocated. The EPA says it's reviewing the program under an executive order from the Trump administration to ensure tax dollars aren't wasted. I'm Sheila Brummer, IPR News.
And I'm Megan McKinney. You're listening to Here First from IPR. Have a lovely day.